few people joining us a little bit late. I think that will be okay. So thank you so much, everyone, for coming. My name is Melanie, and I am here representing the GetSet program. SET stands for Skills, Education, and Training. And this program is offered by the OCDSB, the Ottawa Carleton District School Board, which is the program that you are probably already attending for your ESL classes. If you know how to use Google Meet, can you raise your hand if you are in an ESL class right now? How many people are taking English classes right now? You can raise your hand with the button on your screen, or turn on your camera and raise your hand at me. Okay, good. It looks like lots of people are attending English classes. Good. So most of you, I think, are in our English program already. We are the same school. We are the same big program of continuing education, but we are separate in the types of classes that we offer. So if you are interested in one of our classes, you may need to leave your ESL class to join our classes. And that's something I'm going to talk about today. So I'm going to talk about 3 programs that we offer: skills upgrading, academic upgrading, and workplace training. Okay, so we'll go through each one together. It is unlikely that we will have time to take many questions today, but I will give you an opportunity to submit your questions at the end with a form if you have any questions for me. Okay, so you can always send them to me using a question form at the end of the presentation. So let's get started. Oops. Okay. So before we talk about the classes, I just want to talk about some important information. First of all, most of our classes are located in person at 440 Albert Street, downtown Ottawa. We do have a few online classes, but any of our in-person classes are at Albert Street right now. There is no parking at the school, so you do need to take transit. We are well served by the buses and the train. And we have very limited childcare, so you probably will not be able to bring your children here. If you get a spot in our classes, you will try to make your own arrangements for childcare. Our terms, we have 2. So we start our classes in September, and they go until January, and then we start again in January, and those classes go to June. So 2 terms per year. And most of our classes are about 5 months. So that's the duration of the class. Something important to note is that GetSet classes do not assess CLB levels. So a lot of you have CLB levels for learning English. GetSet classes do not give you CLB levels. So if you need your CLB levels for something, maybe you need citizenship. For example, citizenship, you need level 4 completed and confirmed by a teacher. So if you need to get your citizenship, maybe you might decide to wait until you get your CLB levels to enter the GetSet program. That's something to think about. If you still need your CLB levels, maybe GetSet is not the best choice for you right now. We are going to talk, as I said, about these 3 programs in a moment. Okay, so the first one is skills upgrading. So our skills upgrading program is for people who are looking to develop their skills for life, employment, or maybe to go to high school. So if that sounds like you, if that's one of your goals, these are some things to think about. First of all, we have 2 levels of skills upgrading, and the minimum completed entry benchmarks are a level 3 in listening and speaking. So you must be completed level 3 in listening and speaking. Your listening and speaking needs to be higher than your reading and writing for skills upgrading. So skills upgrading is for people with good listening and speaking, but lower reading and writing. You find reading and writing difficult. Okay, so in this class, we focus on reading and writing. We focus on math and computers as well a little bit, and skills for life, employment, and high school preparation. So if you are someone who has high listening and speaking, you can understand me right now, but maybe your reading and writing is a little bit low and you need to work on it. This could be a great class for you. Okay? The schedule is different from most ESL schedules. It is full day. So Monday to Thursday, 9 a.m. to 2:30 p.m. all day. And it is in person at 440 Albert Street. So you need to come to the school to learn in this class. You cannot study online. Okay. Fridays, you have online classes, but the rest of the week is in person. Okay, so skills upgrading for people with high listening and speaking, low reading and writing, who need to work on their reading and writing for some goal, like maybe getting a job or going to high school. We also offer computer skills classes. So these classes are available to anyone who has completed listening and speaking level 4, CLB 4, reading and writing level 3. And these are some of the things that you would focus on in the computer class. So learning basic information about computers, using email, searching the internet, safety when you're online, Google Apps, which is really helpful for your English classes because we use a lot of Google in our classes, and maybe some Microsoft Word if there's time. Okay. The schedule for this class is usually 5 months, like our other classes, starting in September and running to January, and then again January to June. So if you wanted to start this class in September, it would run the whole term until January. And this class is offered in the afternoons, not the whole week, just Tuesday to Thursday. So Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, 12:30 to 3. Okay, so it's like a little workshop in the afternoons, not the full week. But it is only in the afternoons and it is only in person. You have to come to the school. In the summer, we are offering a short version of this class. It's going to be condensed, so a little bit fast. And it will be 5 weeks, June 22nd to July 23rd. It will be Monday to Thursday, so 4 days a week. And it will run 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. Sorry, just excuse the interruption.
Egg salad sandwich, potato cheese soup, and also things from the morning with chocolate cupcakes, cheese biscuits, bagels, and different type of cookies. Thank you.
My apologies, that was just an announcement from our school. Okay, so in September, 5 weeks, Monday to Thursday, 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. So that's in the morning, online or at Bayshore School. We are not sure yet. So this is going to be in the West End at Bayshore. Okay, so you have two options if you would prefer to just take this course in the summer. That's one option. The other option is to wait until September to take this class in the afternoons. And you can take this class with your English class. So your English class in the morning and your computer class in the afternoon. You can do that if you're interested. Okay, we're going to jump to the academic upgrading program now. So we are moving a little bit away from everyday skills, and now we are moving to more academic skills. Academic means for education. So this is programs for college and university pathways, people who would like to go to college or university in the future. We have a few classes. The first one is like an introduction class. So if you are not sure about your education pathway, you're not sure what you want to do next, you are not sure if you want to go to adult high school or college, you don't know which one is right for you, we have a class to help you figure that out. So this class is for any students who have completed CLB 4 in all skills. And the goal of this class is to introduce students to the Canadian academic system and to help them make decisions about their educational pathway. So we will cover skills like goal setting, vocabulary, grammar, reading, writing, presentations, discussions, all of the academic skills. But there will be a focus on helping you make decisions for your future pathway. So this class is really for any student who feels they want to do more education in Canada, but they are not sure which education is right for them right now. Okay. One benefit of this class is that it is a mixed class, ESL and GetSet. So in this class, at the bottom of my screen, you can see that it says students will be assessed for CLB levels in this class. You have the benefit of joining an academic class and continuing to develop your CLB levels like you do in ESL right now. So it's like a partnership class. So this is the only GetSet class that gives that option right now. It's a unique offering. This class is 5 months, so it runs September to January or January to June. It is Monday to Friday, and it is 9 a.m. to 2:30 p.m. So it does run full day. You have to be available for the full day, 9 a.m. to 2:30 p.m. You have to be available to come to Albert Street for school. And it will be offered hybrid. So that means not all days will be at Albert Street, but you will need to come to the school for some days. Not all, but some. Okay, so some online and some in person. Okay, the next group of classes that we have is one step higher. We're getting into academic skills now for students who are sure that they want to go to college. So communications is a group of classes. We have 3 levels, and these classes are for students who want to prepare for post-secondary school. So that's college or university. You must have completed CLB 5 to come into this program. And we do work on a lot of advanced language skills, vocabulary, academic reading, paragraph and essay writing, presentations, discussions. So we do need your English level to be high enough to engage with those activities. If you are not ready for this class yet, your CLB levels are a little bit lower, that's okay. You can continue in your ESL class until your levels are there, or you might choose this class, the introduction class, which is one step below. So this could be a good way to get into that program. Okay. These courses are 5 months, same thing, but they are not full day. They are half day. So these classes are offered in the morning or afternoon. And the morning classes are mostly in person. The afternoon classes are mostly online. So remember, in person means Albert Street downtown. But if you can't come to Albert Street, you do have the option of taking these classes, Communications 3, 4, and 5, online in the afternoons. Okay. And finally, we have one more step in our academic preparation classes. If you completed all of the communications classes, or if you are coming to us with high CLB levels, you have completed CLB 6 in all skills, and you are ready, you want to try to go to college quickly. You are ready to go to college soon. You might consider taking this class, Success Strategies and Test Preparation. This class is for students who are ready to take an academic admission test. So you are planning to go to Algonquin College, for example, in the spring, and you need to write the test to enter Algonquin College. You can take this course with us to prepare you for that test. We help you with your strategies, time management, critical thinking, especially for entry tests like the Algonquin entrance exam, the IELTS, the TOEFL, etc. If you are not eligible for this class yet, if your levels are not high enough to take this class, we will offer you a communications class first. Okay? But if you come to us with level 6 completed, then you can take this class directly if this is something you're interested in. Many students choose to do our communications classes first to prepare. Okay, and the schedule for this class is the same as the other communications classes, but it is only offered online in the afternoons. There is no in-person option for this class, so only online in the afternoons. Okay, we're going to move on to the other program that we offer, which is workplace training. So we talked about skills upgrading, we talked about academic upgrading, and now we're going to talk about workplace training, which is for people who have general and specific employment pathways. Okay, there is a note here, something very important to note before we get started. You may only take one of these classes. Once you take one, you will be ineligible for the other classes. You cannot take another one. So please make sure if you are registering for one of these classes, it is your favorite choice, because you will not be able to apply for a different one. So general employment preparation is for students who are looking to enter into an entry-level job. So you want to get employment immediately, you are looking to get work, and maybe you are having some trouble finding a job. This class will help you to prepare. So we work on employment information, job searching, resume writing, interview skills, all of these kinds of things that can help you to secure a job. We also may offer some certifications depending on the needs of the students in the class. So if everybody is interested in similar job pathways, then we may offer one or more of these possible certificates like first aid, safe food handling, or soft skills solutions. So that will depend on the students in the class. Okay. This class is also 5 months, so it follows the same timeline, September to January or January to June. It runs Monday to Thursday in person at Albert Street in the afternoons, and it runs Friday online. You can also take this course with your English class. So this class and your and the computer class are both options for adding to your ESL schedule. So if you take ESL in the morning, you can take computers, or you could take general employment preparation in the afternoons. That would give you a full day of school. Okay. And just to be clear, this is preparation for entry-level employment. So that means getting employment at the basic level. It doesn't mean that it will qualify you for jobs that require additional training or additional education. Okay, so we are looking at jobs that you can get without going to college or without doing any further education. Okay, we've got a couple more. So the next 3 courses are all similar information, but different topics.
I just want to give you a 10-minute warning, Mel.
Thanks. So these classes are designed for different fields of work. The first one is healthcare aid. So this is for students who would like to work in retirement homes. They'd like to work with seniors, usually. And something important to remember is that in this job, you need to provide personal care to male and female clients. So you need to work with both genders, male and female. If that's not something you're comfortable doing, then it's probably not a good choice for a career. So something really important to think about. These courses, all 3 that I'm going to talk about, also have a placement. So that means you will actually go to a retirement home and work for a certain period of time, a few weeks. And those shifts are very early. When you work at a retirement home as a healthcare aide, you usually start early at 7 a.m. and you go till 3 p.m. So that means that you need to be able to arrange your schedule to allow for that. We do not offer childcare for this course. So if you have children, you need to arrange that ahead of time. And you will need to confirm with us before registration that you have your own childcare in place. Okay. This is not PSW training. A PSW is something a little bit different. It's a higher qualification, but this is like the entry level position for below a PSW. And some students have been known to be hired as PSWs, even though this is not technically PSW training. So it definitely is very helpful for getting work in this area. It lasts 5 months, the same as all our other classes, September to January or January to June. It runs Monday to Thursday at the school, full days, 9 to 2:30, and Friday online. Okay, so this is, these courses are really important that you can commit to the full schedule and that you can be at the school every day that you need to be there and at your placement every day that you need to be there. These are big commitments, these classes. So you need to make sure that you are ready for that. Just a note of the CLB 5 requirement. That is really important to make sure that you could be successful in these classes. So if you don't have CLB 5 yet, you will have to wait until you achieve that with your ESL class. So the same thing is true for the childcare assistant training. The only thing that changes is the topics that you'll be studying and where you will do your placement. So childcare assistant is for working with children. You'll be working in daycares and other places where children are cared for. And your placement will be in the ESL Link GetSet childcare at one of our schools. Okay, there are a few spots for childcare for students in this program. If you have children, you can request a childcare spot. We cannot guarantee it, but we can try to offer you childcare if you are interested in this course. It is not ECE training, early childhood education. That is a college certificate, so you do need to go to college if you want to become an ECE. But again, this is the entry-level job in that category. And finally, student support worker. So this is for people who want to work with school-age children. So that could be anywhere from 4 to 18 years old in schools. So supporting them with their learning, helping the teacher. So not quite the same as childcare. It's a little bit different. And a big part of this job is behavior management and supporting students with special needs. So that's a big part of this class and something you need to be conscious of, okay? If you are comfortable and if you are confident that you can work with students with special needs. Okay. Again, childcare, we cannot offer it for this program, so you need to arrange it yourself. Okay, so those are our 3 employment-specific courses. I'm going to skip that one because I think I answered it. There are 3 questions that we often get asked. So first of all, our GetSet class is free. The answer is yes, they are funded by the provincial government. Some fees may apply for certified trainings, but you will get more information about that if you register for a class that has fees. Okay. Who is eligible? Any resident of Ontario over the age of 18 with one or the following statuses. You don't really need to worry about this. If you are eligible for our ESL Link classes, you are eligible for GetSet. So everybody in this meeting should be eligible. And will I have a job after I finish this class? We cannot guarantee anything for any of our classes, but we do hope that with our training, we will be very well positioned to get work.
That's fantastic.
We
have 3 minutes.
Okay, I'm just going to tell them how
and
to
there are questions. Yeah,
I'm not going to be able to take questions, but I will explain. So how to register current students. Most of you should be current students. You're just going to talk to your teachers, okay? So please don't register for our program with this link. That is for new students only, and they go to the bottom of the wait list. So if you would like to register for our program, it would be best to talk to your teacher because you will get priority. So your teacher will make sure that you go to the top of the wait list. So really just talk to your teacher and they will do the rest for you. Okay? If you have friends, of course, you can give them the expression of interest and they can fill that in. But for you, if you are in our program, tell your teacher. And if you have questions, as I said, there was a lot of information today. So like I said at the beginning of the presentation, I'm not going to be able to take questions in half an hour. But there is a QR code here and a link that I'll put in the chat. If you have questions, we just ask that you send those to us. And we will get back to you by email. It's the easiest way for us to answer those questions for you. Okay.
Thank you, Melanie. You do maybe have time for Jamal. Do you want to ask your quick question? We have 3 questions, so you have.
Okay. All right. The whole point of the question form here is just so that I can get the questions all organized in one place. And I do have to run, Marion, because it's 12. So I think that would be the easiest way for us to collect our questions. If you don't mind just sending them to us this way, just scan the QR code and we'll get back to you, okay? I'm also putting all the links in the chat. So if you want to review these slides, there's lots of information there with times and things like that for you to review. Okay.
Okay, that's it.
All right.
Thank you,
Thanks
Melanie.
very much. Thank you. Thank you. I'm so sorry, but if we open the floodgates of questions, I don't think it's fair to let 1 or 2 and then not let anyone else
That's
ask.
fine. You can go. Thank you very much for doing this.
Yeah, of course.
And so Melanie has provided websites in the chat, as well as the QR code or a form for any of your questions. And thank you for joining us today.
Thanks so much, everyone.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Bonnie.